All right, so we're going to go into Revelation chapter 11 and 1, and we're going to go into the measuring of the temple, and we're going to look at what is the measuring stick. So now, before I get started, as always, I just want to give all praises, glory, and honor to unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that do teach well and have taught me this truth. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, so yeah, let's get into it. So this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of the Most High, and the altar, and them that worship therein. Okay, now the reed like unto a rod is a measuring stick, and that measuring stick is really the Bible. Okay, and that's how you measure the temple. Now, what is the temple? The temple consists of the church, obviously, the elect, especially in this time, the elect, and also the nation of Israel, right? And the measuring really goes into teaching the word and waking up the elect. And who are the teachers that are at the altar? Okay, those are the priests, the prophets, and the holy men. And they're set up to go out into the highways and byways, and they're set up to measure the nation with the scriptures. Okay, calling forth the elect to come into the fold. All right, so now I just want to get to the word measure here, and that word should be metreo in the Greek. So it says, let me play it.
Strong's G 3354, metreo. Metreo.
Okay, so metreo, and it says to measure out or off any space or distance with a measurer's reed or rule. Okay, so like a ruler, right? You know what a ruler is to measure things, right? Or a tape measure. Metaphorically, to judge according to any rule or standard. And who do we judge by? Who is the standard? The standard is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, right? To estimate, to measure out, met out, to give by measure, right? And how do you judge according to, what are you judging by? You're judging by the scriptures. The scriptures is the standard. That's why you go into the law, statutes, and commandments, and you filter everything through the scriptures, right? And that's how you can measure out who is the elect and who isn't the elect. You know, if their spirit vibes with this word, most likely they're an Israelite, and most likely they're of the elect, especially if they start doing the things that are written in the scriptures, right? So that gives you an indicator of who's really who, right, through the spirit. Now let's go into Isaiah chapter 62 verse 10. Go through the gates, prepare you the way of the people, cast up the highway, gather out the stones, lift up a standard for the people. The standard. That standard really goes into a banner as well, or a flagpole, or a flag. You know what I mean, right? Let's get the definition. So, where is it here? Standard, or nasa, right? And it says something lifted up, standard, signal pole, ensign, banner. That's very important. That's important. Sign, sail, standard. Okay, so the measure. So when we went into the word measure, it went into standard. And what is the standard? It's really the scriptures. And ultimately, if you want to get deeper, it's really Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. All right. So banner, sign, sail, standard as a rallying point. Signal, standard, ensign, signal. Okay. So that's what it is. Now, let's prove that. It's really Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, because let's go into what Moses did when they had war, but when they went to war against Amalek, right? So this is Exodus chapter 17 verse 15, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nisi, which means Yahweh is my banner. For he said, because Yahweh has sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, which we're still in that war to this very day. The war isn't over. We're still battling these Amalekites to this very day. Right now, you know, they're winning the skirmishes, but they haven't won the war yet. You know, they've taken on our nationality, and they're pretending to be us, right? So anyways, let's look at the word Jehovah Nisi, and it should say Yahweh is my banner. So it says Jehovah Nisi. It says Yahweh, right, is my banner, the name given by Moses to the altar which he built in the commemoration of the discomfiture of the Amalekites. That's right. So yeah, so we know that the banner is really the Heavenly Father and the Son, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's the banner. So that's the measuring stick. That's a part of the measuring stick. The measuring and the banner is one and the same. Okay, the Bible, which is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Let's prove that. I come in the whole volume of the book. So this is Psalms chapter 40 and 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. That's right. So that's the standard. It's the Bible, and who is it written by? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He wrote the book. And really, he is the book. He is the word. And you can go into that deeper by going into John, the first chapter, John 1 and 1. And you can go to John 1 and 14. It tells you that Yahushai is the word. He is the book. He is the word in the flesh. All right, so it's really Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He is the standard. All right. So we covered that. Now let's go into Zechariah chapter 2 and 1. I lifted up mine eyes again and looked, and behold, a man with a measuring line in his hand. That's the angel. He has the measuring. He has the scriptures. Then said I, whither goest thou? And he said unto me, to measure Jerusalem, to see what is the breadth thereof, and what is the length thereof. Yeah, so you're supposed to measure the children of Israel by teaching the word, right? And seeing what they're about. And when you teach this word, you begin to see who's who in the spirit, whether they're of the elect or whether they're of the 2/3 club. Right? When you start bringing out this word. What the hell is this? Demons, man. Now, let's go into Zechariah chapter 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So 2/3, that's going into 2/3, which is 66.6% of the nation is going to die. Right? And guess what? 2/3, man, they're not going to hear the word. They don't give a damn about the word. But the 1/3 shall be left therein. And I will bring the 1/3 part through the fire, and I'll refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. And I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, the Lord is my power. And this is all sifting. Okay? Well, really, this is actually purifying the elect. And making them go through trials and tribulations to be perfected in the sight of the Lord. But you could see that there's a measuring being done. 2/3 of the nation, they're going to be cut off and die. And then all you have left is the 1/3, which is destined for salvation. So they have to be measured, right? They have to be measured. And they're measured by the scriptures. And that's why when you go onto the highways and byways, when you hear our people scoff and scorn, it means they're being cut off. They're really being cut off. But the ones that take heed to the word, they're being grafted in. Right? So the way you measure and you understand who's who is by really bringing out this word. Okay? So this is a form of measurement. Okay? Let's go into Zechariah chapter 1 verse 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies. My house shall be built in it, saith Yahweh of armies, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem. And the line shall be stretched is talking about the Israelites that are set up to learn the word and to be brought into the truth. Okay? Okay? They're set up you know, they're going to learn it, and then they're going to come into the truth. And then they're going to worship Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai. And also, the Israelites will be spread abroad when the kingdom is established. Right? When the kingdom is established. Anyway, let me read 17. Cry yet, saying, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of armies, my cities through prosperity shall yet be spread abroad, and Yahweh shall yet comfort Zion, and shall yet choose Jerusalem. That's right. And that's going to most likely happen in the kingdom, of course. You know, we're going to be spread off because the kingdom of heaven won't just reside on the planet Earth. It's going into the other planets, right? So let's get that. This is John chapter 14 and 2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you, right? So many mansions is going into the different planets, different solar systems. We're going to inhabit them, right? Now, it says here, Isaiah chapter 60 verse 21, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. And that's going to happen in the fulfillment of the second covenant. All our people are going to be righteous, right? We're going to be righteous, and we're going to inherit the land forever. That's why it says it's going to be an everlasting kingdom. And also, Daniel chapter 7 and 18 goes into that. The saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, right? Who are the saints? You Israelites. And a saint is righteous, man. Right? So you're gonna inherit this planet Earth and the many other planets in the solar system and in space, or whatever you want to call it. So it says here, verse 22, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. That's right, a little one shall become 1,000, which means we're going to multiply. I, Yahweh, will hasten it in his time. That's right. So the Lord is gonna make us be fruitful and multiply, and we're gonna multiply and inhabit these different planets, man. So we're gonna have a lot of children, which means you're gonna need more than one woman to do all that. All right, so I'll read it again. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Wow, so you might have one son, and your son will have all these children, and his offsprings will be a strong nation, man. That's crazy. So there's going to be nations within the tribes. All right, so that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. Let me get another one. This is Job chapter 5 verse 25. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Hey, you can't, there's a lot of grass on the earth, man. When you see a patch of grass, that's thousands of grass. You can't even really count it. It's just so many. So that's how much we're going to multiply in the kingdom. I'll read it one more time. Thou shalt know also that thy seed, okay, your children, offspring, shall be great. And that's right, we're going to be great, because everything we touch is going to be blessed, because the curses are going to be lifted off of us, and the Lord is going to be with us. And thine offspring as the grass of the earth. That's right. There you go. Thou shalt come to thy grave in a full age, like as a shock of corn cometh in his season. Lo, this we have searched it, so it is, hear it, and know thou it for thy good. And in the kingdom, man, everything we do is going to be great. Everything's going to be blessed, and we're going to have spiritual powers. All right. So anyways, let's go on to Isaiah 54 and 2. Now it says, enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes. And enlarge the tent means Israel will inhabit other planets in the kingdom. This is a part of the measuring and building of the temple, right? Okay, and it really all starts with Yahweh Shai. Him being the chief cornerstone, and really he's the one that's going out there to prepare a place for us, right? It says, for thou shalt break forth out of the right hand, and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. That's right. Okay. We're going to inherit the Gentiles for slaves and servants. Yeah, and you're going to build up those desolate cities. We ain't going to be doing the work. You're going to be doing that. You're going to be building up the kingdom. You're going to be getting you're going to be mining and digging out all the gold and silver, all the precious stones, cutting the wood, hewing down trees. And yeah, you're going to be building up the kingdom, man. We ain't going to be doing anything. We're going to be sitting back, getting paid, getting laid, sitting in the shade, and drinking some lemonade, man. That's how it's going to be, man. It's going to be nice. And you're going to be servants, and that's your position. That's your role. All right, so let me get another one. This is Amos chapter 9 and 11. In that day will I raise the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. That's right. So, and who's responsible for that? Obviously, who's going to close up the breaches? It's Yahushai. Okay, right? The standard himself. You know, he's going to close up the breaches, and he's going to get rid of the animosity between the tribes, right? Because right now, we're not really united as a nation. We're not. You know, you have all these different factions in Israel. Oh, somebody's calling me. Give me 1 second. All right, yeah, so I'm back here. Yeah. And, yeah, so where was I? Yeah, he's going to close up the breaches thereof. He's going to get rid of the animosity of the tribes. And he's going to raise up that tabernacle of David, man. And David is going to be sitting on that throne too, ruling. It's going to be Yahushai, and King David. Right? And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahweh that doeth this. That's right. And that's also a part of the measuring. Building up the kingdom. Okay, so the kingdom is going to be built up in that order. So, you know, I hope this was edifying. I hope you got a better understanding of what the measuring is. Until next time, I just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that do teach well. Shalom.